Então... tem que ter o microfone ligado, que é para as pessoas ouvirem.
Sou eu.
Tenho que desligar aqui o micro.
Eu vou desligar.
Vou ali entrar por ali.
Já está. Já tinhas que ser tu a fazer o...
Exatamente. Pronto, eu agora vou arrancar com o vídeo e depois fica já na sala, ok?
Uhum. Está aqui um senhor que insiste em de vez em quando ligar o microfone. Jake. Já. Estavam 11. 12.
Imagine an amazing destination with golden beaches, dramatic coastline cliffs, and sea pillars. Imagine a 3-day World Finals with 3 championships in one race. All in one place, all in one event. October 24th to 26th, welcome to TRITON World Finals.
Bom dia e sejam bem-vindos a Portimão, cidade palco da final mundial do Triathlon nos dias 24, 25 e 26 de outubro. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening who is on streaming, and welcome to Portimão, city where Triathlon World Finals will take place on 24th, 25 and 26 October. Before I give the micro to Paulo Leite from Triathlon, I'm going to say some words in Portuguese. Portanto, o meu nome é Liliana Baltazar, estou aqui a convite do Paulo Leite, representando a LOF, a associação que atualmente detém a organização do Triathlon em Portugal, e portanto é com muita satisfação que abro esta conferência e vos dou as boas-vindas a todos os convidados que estão aqui presentes e todos os que estão em streaming via YouTube, Instagram, Facebook e Google Meet. Tenho a certeza, Paulo, que esta conferência será um sucesso, portanto, melhor do que tu saberás bem o que dizer. E antes de passar a palavra, espera só um bocadinho, tenho que aqui fazer uso da associação LOVE. Portanto, e antes também de falar um bocadinho aqui sobre a LOF, quero agradecer o convite de estar aqui presente e, no fundo, o desafio que o Paulo me colocou em mãos. É a primeira vez que represento a LOF e, portanto, espero passar no teste. E se não passar, olha, peço desculpa. E, portanto, posto isto, é com muita satisfação que a LOF volta a estar envolvida na organização deste evento desportivo em Portimão. A relação com o Triathlon já vem desde 2023 e com o município de Portimão desde 2022, ano em que realizámos a primeira edição do Triathlon Portimão. Queremos que naturalmente continuar esta relação de parceria, seja com o Triathlon, seja com o município de Portimão, e portanto o compromisso e a motivação estão presentes. E tudo faremos naturalmente para que este evento seja um sucesso e que possa novamente trazer Portimão ao mercado e ao mundo desportivo. E agora sim, Paulo, passo a palavra, o Paulo irá falar sobre o triatlon e a própria prova.
Obrigado. Bom dia a todos, bem-vindos. Como a Liliana explicou, porque temos uma audiência de fora, eu vou fazer a apresentação e falar em inglês, mas depois qualquer dúvida que tenham, por favor, não hesitem. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here to announce that the TRITON Finals 2025 is going to be hosted in the city of Portimão. We are live on TRITON social media platforms with people joining us from across the globe. I can only say that I could not be more happy to be here today because, as most of you know, I am Portuguese, born and raised in Portugal, so to be able to host a finals event in Portimão is overwhelming, and I'm very, very excited to be here. Before I talk about the event, I'm just going to say a few words recognizing the support we've had along these years, and first and foremost to the city of Portimão. Right after the elections back in 2021, I remember we had a chance to have a conversation with the city, and one of the things we told the city is we're here to stay. So as long as the city of Portimão wants us here, we will be here, and we'll do everything we can to promote the city to the best of our ability and to welcome people to Portimão. A key element for these big events to succeed is a partnership and an understanding of what these types of events can do for a destination. Big events help destinations, but destinations, the right destination, also help the event. So it's a partnership. We have numerous people to say thank you to from the marina for hosting us, for having the event here in the marina. Thank you. We have a MARP that works with us in the project that we have of sustainability. I'll talk a little bit about that ahead. And without further ado, I'm going to start to tell you a little bit about the event in Portimão. So please bear with me as I tell you a little bit about the event. After I talk about the event, we'll open the mic for a couple of people to say a couple of words that's watching us live, and then we'll open for questions that you might have and get a couple of athletes involved, but I'll tell you all about as we move along. So please let's get started with the presentation. I can't see the slides, but okay. Slideshow, let me start. Okay, yeah, we have a problem with the... Can you tell them that we're trying to solve that? Desculpem lá, só para termos a certeza que os jornalistas de fora nos conseguem ouvir. João, eu não consigo ver os slides da apresentação, eu passo aqui e peço, ok? Só para estarmos, porque eu tenho aqui à minha frente. Enviaste uma mensagem, Liliana? A avisar? Ok. Já estão a ouvir? Is everybody listening? Can you raise your hand if you're listening? Anyone listening? Tecnologia, eu acho que a tecnologia dá-nos a grande vantagem. Nós podemos ter pessoas no mundo inteiro a assistir, mas não existe nada como uma presença ao vivo, não é? Nada substitui. Ainda não, ainda não.
No Instagram também não?
Damos uns minutos para ver se conseguimos resolver o problema. Se não conseguirmos, nós seguimos com a conferência de qualquer maneira e depois nós passamos a informação para eles de qualquer forma. Sim, 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 sim. Diz isso? Não percebi. Não percebi. Não percebi. Garanto-vos que ontem testámos tudo e estava a funcionar. Fizemos todos os testes e estava tudo a funcionar bem. Acho que dá para vocês fazerem uma prova enquanto estamos à espera, nós ficamos aqui a assistir. O Salomão e a Margarida, que são, o Salomão obviamente é o que está à esquerda, a Margarida que está com a bicicleta, eles estiveram connosco na organização só o ano passado, não é? Em 2022 não, só em 2023. E a Bruna, vamos ver se este ano também vem ajudar na organização do evento. Ok? Ok, so I think we're back. Is everything okay? Hopefully they're hearing me. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I'm going to briefly talk about Triton, explain Triton, and then I'll move on, move along. So Triton is a new triathlon series with two race formats. The regular Triton triathlon, we call Triton 1, and it's a regular one-day triathlon, and Triton 3, a stage-like race in 3 consecutive days where we separate the swim, the bike, and the run. Triton is not an ordinary triathlon. It's a new and unique innovative series connecting and engaging people with passion for triathlon, swim, bike, and run, inspiring a broader audience on a global scale. We are in constant development and innovation. The series comes together at the annual TRITON World Series final event, which is the event that we're going to be hosting here in Portimão. Triton formats and competitions, I just spoke a little bit about. Triton 3, it takes place across 3 consecutive days. On day 1, we do the swim. On day 2, we do the bike. And on day 3, we do the run. Triton 3, which is the format of the finals, has a unique point system, a little different from a regular triathlon. Usually on a regular triathlon, we do it by time. On Triton 3, we do it by point system. And the reason for this is to try to balance the weight of each discipline on the race. So if you finish in first place on the swim, you get 1 point. If you finish in first place on the bike, 1 point, and on the run, the same thing. So at the end of the last day, we add the points together, and the athlete with the last point wins. And the purpose of this really is to try to balance the weight and the importance of each discipline of triathlon. To get to the finals, triathletes and athletes from across the world can take part in either Triton 1 or Triton 3. They both qualify for the finals. At every event, at every Triton event, if it's Triton 1 or Triton 3, we always host 3 distances, a sprint, a middle, and a long. So at the Triton finals, we're going to have 3 championship events, a sprint, a middle, and a long, and we're going to have a corporate relay, so a corporate competition for the finals, and we'll also have a kids' fun race. So at the final event I just spoke, we have the sprint championship, the middle championship, and the long championship. We'll also host in Portimão a special legends competition, Portugal versus Spain. And I'll talk about that in a minute. We have 2 athletes online, one from Portugal, from the team captain from Team Portugal, and the team captain from Team Spain, and we'll talk to them in a minute. The distance that we will be hosting at the finals are going to be 1K for the sprint, 2K for the middle, and 3K for the long. On the bike, we're going to have 36K, 72K, and 108K. And we finish with a run with 7K for the sprint, 14K for the middle, and 21K for the long distance. The schedule of the final will start on Thursday, May 23rd, with the opening of the race office and a swim clinic. This will be available on the website. The new website is already online. So if you click on championship, you'll be able to see the information regarding the program. But we will start with the race office on the 23rd. On the 24th, we have the swim in the afternoon at 4 o'clock. So if some of you come from far away and prefer to arrive on Friday morning, you can arrive on Friday morning, not a problem. The swim starts at 4 o'clock. On Saturday, we have the bike at 8 a.m., starting at 8 a.m., and we have a running clinic. And then on Sunday, we have the run finally, and we have the awards and closing of the event. So it's an event that's going to take place from the 23rd to the 26th. The 23rd, the first day is just for race office and swimming clinic. The competition is 24th, 25th, and 26th. Right now, we have already qualified 704 athletes from 54 different nations. These are athletes that qualified last year and in 2023. They are qualified to register for the finals, and every athlete that is already qualified is going to receive an email from us with instructions how to register for the finals. So in the next few days, you'll receive an email from us explaining how to register for the finals. Talking a little bit about the impact of the event on the region, we expect to have between 750 to 1,000 athletes. And from the data and experience that we have from the past, about 75% are male and about 25% are female. We hope to change that a little bit and make it a more even field between male and female athletes. For each athlete that comes, on average, from the data that we have from previous events, we have 1.5 people coming. So each athlete actually represents 2.5 people coming to the region. Okay, so we estimate that with athletes and friends to have from 1,875 to 2,500 people in the region. Because we have the event across 3 days, we expect people to stay 3 to 5 nights in Portimão. on an average of 2,250 rooms to 500 rooms occupancy in the region. So when it comes to meals, and assuming that everybody has breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we're talking about an event that should have in the region close to 17,000 meals to over 35,000 meals associated with the event. We have events that are qualifying for the series, for the finals, also in 2025. So not only the athletes that qualified already, but 2025, you'll be able to still qualify for the events in Portimão. A little profile of the participants I talked about already. So we have about 75% are male, 25% are female, and the ages are mostly from 35 to 55 are the largest age groups to take part in the race. We're going to have races as part of the series, and I'm going to give you here, you saw it already on the video, but part of the series is going to be Portugal, Brazil, Spain, UAE, China, Greece, Egypt probably joining a little later, and Uruguay and USA are the countries that are now in line to join the series as well. Talking about what matters, actually, the athletes and the competition, we have a special competition that we call the Legends Race, and the Legends Race is a team competition of 3 athletes from Portugal against 3 athletes from Spain. This will change from destination to destination depending where we host the finals. So from Portugal side, team captain will be Sergio Marques, and he's working, I'm sure he's watching us live, so I'm sure that Sergio is trying to put his team together. And from Spain side, we have Alejandro Santamaria, I think he's also watching. Alejandro Santamaria is coming with a very, very strong team. Alejandro, I don't know if I can say it, but I think that maybe Marcel and Ivan Rania is coming to race in Portugal. So extremely, extremely strong team from Spain. But without taking sides, myself being Portuguese and being a friend of Sergio, I hope that Team Portugal would put up a good competition, and I hope it's a battle to the finish. About media impact all over the world, we work in Portugal with Young Network, our agency, international sponge marketing, led by Jane Handsome, that I believe is also online. She's one of our partners. And we broadcast the events and the race through Icarus agency to across the globe, and work with SportsWire magazine as well. So if you have any questions about this information, about audience and numbers and results, participants, etc., we're happy to send you the information later on, or you can ask the questions as soon as we are done. One important part for us of Triton is the corporate social responsibility, and we have 2 major pillars. One is children. So at every Triton event, we host a children's race. It's to participate less than to compete, and we make a point to make sure that the children that are the future, obviously, of sport and society, that they have a chance to experience an event such as Triton. The second pillar, and we're going to be work closely here in Portimão with EMARP. We've worked with EMARP in the past. It has to do with eliminating as much as possible, and we're going to try to eliminate 100% of one-day use plastics, and to save water and to promote drinkable water. So for Triton 3 in Portimão, every athlete will receive as you can see, a hydration backpack. So for the run, they will have to use this if they want to drink water. We will have silicone cups, obviously, for other drinks, but when it comes to water, every athlete will have one of these backpacks to use during the race. Thank you, Liliana. So these are the silicone cups that we're going to use at aid station. Obviously, they're recyclable. So for us, very important is the matter of corporate social responsibility. featuring these two pillars, the children and the environment. Thank you. I will now open to questions from our journalists online. And maybe I'll start with a question, if you don't mind. And I'll start with Alejandro Santamaria. And Alejandro, thank you for being online. What's your expectation? I know you've never done a 3-day event, a triathlon and a 3-day event. What do you think about this? What do you think about the scoring system? So it would be great to hear from you, your first impressions, and how excited are you in participating?
Hello everyone. For me it's a good opportunity to do a triathlon, a different system, no? Swim, bike, and run in a 3 separate days, and also to do that with a team with Marcel Zamora, and also Ivan Raya. Ivan Raya is not confirmed at the moment because he needs to check the calendar, but probably Marcel Zamora, Ivan Raya, and myself will be in Portimão for the TRITON World Series. So happy to be there. I'm happy to meet with Sergio Marquez and other photographers who are racing with us many times in many other triathlons, and it's good to meet again after a few years, no? Because we are actually retired, so it's a good opportunity for us to do a good competition again.
Thank you, Alejandro. Maybe Sergio, would you like to say a few words? Are you going to win? Do you have a team yet? What's going on? You need to unmute yourself, Sergio.
There you go.
Yes, good.
Okay, hi. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, it's a different event, of course, different classifications. So it will be fun to see all the race controls, as for me, and it's a pleasure to race again with Alejandro. I was trying to think about the first race we did together. If I remember correctly, it was something like 2003. So it's a long time ago already. So yeah, I'm sure we can put up some competitive team for the race. So I really look forward to this competition, and I'm really interested in see how the point system can build some different strategies for the race, not only for the Legends race, but the World Series.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to have a new kind of triathlon. It's still triathlon, but it's a different one. So it's good for the sport, and we'll see how it will. Hopefully, we'll have a great fun.
Excellent. Maybe I can ask both of you still one more question, and is the three of you are going to have to do the swim, the bike, and the run. So you are going to add the points together. So each team is going to add the points at the end of each day, and then we're going to add the points in the last day. So there's a lot of strategy involved. Is it something that you thought about already? Are you going to work together and race together? Or are you going to race separately and then add the points together? Did you think about this? Because it's completely different from a regular triathlon. So the point system and the strategy of racing together or not is going to make a difference ultimately when it comes to the points and the result in the finals. Did you guys think about this, Alejandro?
Yes, I think it's different, but it's also very nice to race with in a team, no? And also
Okay. And Sergio, you need to think if we're going to race together, especially probably on the bike, if we're going, because, you know, as you know, we do the bike on the second day, so it's a draft legal race when it comes to the bike. So if we're going to help each other, are you going to help each other on the bike, and we're just going to go for it and add the points at the end? I'm just raising these challenges for you probably didn't think about it very much yet, because this point system brings all this innovation and differentiation, things to consider in terms of strategy. Did you think about that?
Well, the first thing that we need to think about it is the team itself.
Right.
The team build, we need to all the athletes need to understand the highs and lows, and from there figure out the best strategy. Because like I said before, it's a new system and new competition, so I'm not sure yet what is the best strategy for this kind of race, but I'm sure with the team build, we'll certainly reach the best strategy for that particular race.
Right.
That's the fun part about it, actually.
Right. So I don't want to take over all the questions. So if any of the journalists or people watching ask one, before that, let me just say hello to Andre. Andre is actually joining us from USA. He's one of our partners, and he's also the head of competition for Triton globally. So Andre, would you like to say a couple of words, please? And okay.
Hi there, Paulo. Hi there, everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Is that good?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to join you all. It's such an important moment for Triton. From my side, what I could say is we already had 2 races in Brazil, and that was just something, a huge success over there. So we had the Triton one in Salvador, and it went just perfect with the 3 distance and the colors, all the new stuff and innovation that Triton brings to the table. So that was really good, but especially, and all of us over there, so he can confirm it by himself. On the race we had in the resorts of Portugal and Rio de Janeiro was something epic, where you split the disciplines, and there you have 3 different races, 3 different challenges, and each athlete can go all out. So that's really special, not only for the athletes. Of course, this is the most important part of our plan. The athletes are the center of everything, but we know how important is the spectators and the press, and especially the family. So when it comes to, especially to triathlon, we know that being with the family around and all that atmosphere of competition. So we are doing that 3 days in a row. So it's something really special. That's what I have to say. I'm really excited and sure that we're just in the first step of our journey. Now, looking forward to also to other races in the US. Let's see what happens. We're just starting the year, and I'm sure that a lot more to come.
Thank you, Andre. And if, I'll open the mic to any journalists that want to ask any questions. Please raise your hand so we can ask you to join in. So anyone that has any questions? Rodrigo, yes.
Hey everyone, Paulo and Andre, congrats to put the series, together. I was in Rio, Brazil. I can testify that was a great event. I can see all the family together, the different event, stayed like around 3 days, so it's much more than that. The three races, everything around was very nice. And just a question for you, Paulo. Are you planning to rotate the World Finals, or are you going to keep in Portugal? Is the idea for that?
Right. I think that's a question more for the president. Well, the idea that we have, the idea that we have for Triton is that the final stays in one destination for 3 years. Of course, it depends on the number of factors. It depends if the city is happy. It depends, sometimes government changes and new policies come into play. So yes, the idea is that Triton stays 3 years in one destination for the finals, and then it moves to another destination, and hopefully when we move to another destination, we leave an event that becomes part of the series. So with the city of Portimão, we already had a relationship from the past, and we had 2 great events here. So hopefully we'll do the finals for 3 years if all goes well, and then we'll stay with an event in Portimão. So that's the idea. Another thing, and Rodrigo, taking advantage of your question, Triton Finals is not necessarily always in the 3-day format, because we have the Triton 1 format and the Triton 3 format. So it might happen that another finals will be in the Triton 1 format. And when the demand obviously becomes big enough, we will probably and most likely host a Triton 1 finals and a Triton 3 finals. Now this final in 2025 is going to do in the 3-day format.
Great. Just one more question. Your main focus for Triton is on the age groupers, right? You don't have pro, category, or how's your take on that?
That's a good question. Right now, what we're going to have is going to do a test with this Legends event that, both Sergio and Alejandro and the teams that are coming with them are phenomenal ex-pro athletes with a huge professional career. So we're going to test this Legends event when it comes to the professional athletes, but we're definitely focused on the age groups.
That's good. Thank you.
Any questions, anybody else? Any questions that you might have, guys, later on? We're happy to talk to all of you and to send you a press release and additional information. But if anyone that is joining us want to pose another question, we're happy to entertain any questions that you might have. John? John, go ahead, please.
Hi there. You mentioned a number of countries there. I didn't get all of them. Brazil, Spain, USA, Uruguay, UAE, Egypt.
Right.
I managed to write them. I could have missed a couple. It seems quite a lot of new events added in. Is that all in 1 year? And how is that going to be managed so that those events can all work successfully?
Good question, John. Thank you. Yes, we do have an expansion plan that our plan is to bring 3 new destinations every year. Triton has a 10-year business plan to introduce 3 new countries every year, 2 races per country. So in 10 years, our objective is to reach 30 countries, 60 races, and 180 competitions. Why do I say 180 competitions? Because every race, being Triton 1 or Triton 3, always hosts 3 distances, a sprint, a middle, and a long. Okay, so for every race, we actually have 3 competitions. So that our objective is actually to bring 3 new destinations each year. There might be a situation in which we have a destination that is really ready to come in, and comes in, and so instead of 3, you might have another one, extra one. But the objective and the goal is to bring 3 new destinations. That's the growth plan that we have. Yep.
Will you do that by effectively the running of the races? Will that be sort of franchised locally? Because that you're building potentially on that model is quite a big network if you get to anywhere close to that.
That's correct, John. That's correct. It is a licensed business model. So for us, the key element is, like any event that has a licensed business model, is to find the right partners that understand the vision and understand the purpose of Triton, then want to join us. So most definitely, it's through local organizers. So it is a licensed business model, yes. We have somebody else. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes?
Yeah. The question is for TRITON 1 is a regular triathlon that you, the start is team by team or all team together?
No, so if I understand your question, Triton 1 is a regular triathlon, okay? We also host the 3 distances, so we'll have a sprint, a middle, and a long distance, right? Was that your question?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you race by teams of 3 or individual?
Right, no. We have the individual races by gender and age group, both for Triton 1 and for Triton 3, right? And we have, you can join as individual or you can join as a team. But you most definitely, obviously, can race as an individual. The Legends competition is a special competition in the teams format. But normally, obviously, you can race individually.
Okay, thank you.
Tim, go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, just curious as to know what races have been completed so far, and what races can I sign up for today? Because I was clicking through the website there while you were talking, and I'm a little unclear on that. So what competitions out there are currently open for sign up, and what races have been completed already? Because I think you've already registered Rio maybe.
Right. So when you go on the website, obviously the ones that you can click and register now are the ones that are open. We have some legal things that we're trying to get ready in time to be able to open early races. But, we have some with contracts and stuff. They should open soon. We can't say exactly what day they're going to open every destination. But right now, the first race of the season right now is scheduled to be Salvador and Brazil in April. We might have another race coming in before that, but we're getting too close to that. So I assume that the first race will be Salvador.
Okay, because when I clicked on the Rio, it said, registration closed, race completed.
Yes.
So, maybe that pertains to last year, maybe.
Right. You know what happened, Tim, is we're changing registration platform. So we're having a little bit of the challenge, some of the challenge to open some of the registrations, but that should be ready soon.
Okay, so it's really, at this point, it's watch this space then for races that may be coming down the track.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, so any of you and everyone online, obviously, I'm sure we have some questions on Instagram. We'll get back to all the questions and all the answers that that you might have, and we're happy to send you more information about the race. We're super excited to welcome everyone to Triton Series across the globe, and most definitely to the city of Portimão. So if anyone here has a question, se alguém tiver uma pergunta para fazer, por favor. Se não, pedir ao custódio se nos dá o prazer de dizer umas palavras. So, if there's no more question, we'll say a few words before we finish, and then we'll be happy to send any additional information that you might have and answer all the questions that you might have. So we're going to say a few words now from the local authorities also, and that's going to be done in Portuguese because we are in Portugal. So thank you for attending the conference, and Custódio, se quiser.
Tenho que levar isto aqui no... Onde quiser. Quero aqui, além. O Presidente está-me a mandar além. Epa, quem manda o presidente. Está bem, falem com o calado. Bem, primeiro que tudo, desculpa por falar em português, mas não sei se é mal pedir desculpa de falar em português em Portugal. Ok, e em Portimão. Quero agradecer muito mesmo o facto do Instituto estar aqui a testemunhar este momento. Tive o cuidado de tentar conhecer melhor o Paulo Passos Leite, a apresentação como Passos Leite, mas eu tive o cuidado de verificar. Quero agradecer o convite da Câmara Municipal, porque Portimão, gostava também de dizer isto, porque Portimão teve em 2019 Cidade Europeia do Desporto e às vezes fazemos muita atividade naquele ano e depois a coisa desmerece. E o que temos vindo é que não é isso. E já lá iremos. Quero agradecer ao Álvaro Vila o facto de tu e a tua equipa, a nossa vice-presidente também da área do desporto e da juventude, o Sr. Vereador, o Sr. Administrador da Marina, o Sr. esquecem que se diz diretor, mas também presidente da Associação de Vela do Sul, e agradecer aqui à Liliana Baltazar, porque parece que vai evoluir aqui para a Loft, assim, já estou a saber demais, mas as autoridades marítimas, portanto, eu acho que um cumprimento muito especial, porque Portimão, e esse cumprimento muito especial que quero dar a todos estes amigos que estão pelo mundo fora e às vezes gasta-se ou investe-se em campanhas de turismo do Algarve e depois fazemos assim uma coisa menos dispendiosa, porque estamos aqui as novas tecnologias, né? E estamos a falar para o Brasil, estamos a falar para vários pontos do mundo e da Europa. Por isso, parabéns, mas queria dar parabéns de várias vertentes. Primeiro, o binómio turismo-desporto está aqui aliado e quando se fala o TRITON 1, que é o tradicional, toda a gente conhece, não é? Portanto, que é o triatlon. Esta vertente, o TRITON 3, que tem um grande sonhador e um grande mentor. Está aqui. Eu acabei por fazer o trabalho de casa, não é? E percebi que o Paulo foi a nível do mundo, não é de Portugal. Ele vive em Praga. Epá, já viu o que eu andei a fazer? E, portanto, é um homem que está bem conectado. Sim, eu acho que a gente não andamos aqui a passear pelo Algarve. Às vezes vais a todo lado. Pois, mas vou todo lado, mas eu tento saber. E queria dizer que tenho orgulho em perceber que é um português que há 7 anos atrás que levou chamemos-lhe esta vitória de conseguir também ter esta opção ao fazer as provas todas num dia só, TRITON 1, ou fazer em 3 dias consecutivos, TRITON 3. Depois, quando eu passo ali ao lado, vou ali à Marina, quando subo aqui a este hotel e entro aqui nesta sala e vejo a Foz do Arado, que bem que foi escolhido também o local para se fazer esta apresentação. Mas mais importante e tão importante como o local, e que eu disse ontem ao telefone e nas conversas que fui tendo antes, é que cada vez mais as pessoas que olham para o desporto como uma coisa que se organiza ali de fim de semana, ou que se pratica desporto, é toda esta rigor na organização. E estamos a apresentar a prova com quase um ano de antecedência, coisa que também não acontece. E que é importante também ter este sinal, que também estamos na linha da frente. Aliás, eu não me lembro de nenhum evento, desde o Europeu de Futebol, aqui, os célebres MotoGPs, que nós dissemos assim, olha, correu mal. Portugal é bom, é excelente na organização. Portimão é excelente na organização. Tem uma grande equipa, que eu tenho o prazer de conhecer praticamente todos, na área do desporto, ali desde olha, está neste lado aqui a Ana Lucas até ao Batalau e passando ali para a senhora diretora. Portanto, e vê-se que em Portimão há todas as condições para que isto possa acontecer. Mas não podemos falar em 3 dias. E isto é que é importante, da questão do turismo, que eu acho que é importante. Estamos em época baixa, a falar, a apresentar, para acontecer, acho que no fim de semana, 24 e 25 de outubro, também é época baixa, ou pelo menos dita não de alta densidade. E isso também tem, para mim, um olhar interessante e uma aposta forte, que é Portimão, como o Algarve, Eu aqui como diretor do Algarve também tenho que estender um bocadinho mais, mas Álvaro, estás de parabéns ao perceber que investes em acontecimentos com a tua equipa em momentos que dito que há menos sol e há menos praia. Pelo menos há menos estrangeiros e há menos ocupação da taxa de ocupação dos hotéis. Por isso, são todos os motivos para que a economia também local seja alavancada e com um evento que ninguém vem no próprio dia, como é óbvio, para se esforçar e a praticar. E depois trazem as famílias. E, portanto, estamos sempre a falar praticamente uma semana que as pessoas vêm para aqui e que vão dar um incremento à economia, principalmente à de Portimão e também já agora, porque estou a ver ali daquele lado de Lagoa e estou a ver mais para aquele lado Lagos e tudo o que é aqui à roda, e o nosso aeroporto e tudo isso. E por isso, o desporto, quem tem o olhar micro, ou como eu costumo dizer, com as orelhas, às vezes, entre a cabeça, e que não pensa que o desporto está muito para além do que ver que a marca, ver quem chega primeiro, o desporto é tudo isto. Quero dizer que da parte do Instituto tive o cuidado também de perguntar, porque nós temos apoios a nível internacional para os apoios internacionais, que façam essa candidatura e que avancem, porque da nossa parte e do parecer que me tiver ao meu alcance será sempre sim, com agarrar com as duas mãos. Oportunidades como estas não são de deixar, porque é uma final também, é uma final de um evento que sei que à partida poderão vir aqui assim por baixo, eu vou dizer por baixo que é para não ser muito panfletário, 500 participantes, sei que se pensa em mais, mas vamos ser, são centenas largas de participantes. Entanto, em nome do Instituto, acho que estamos todos de parabéns, o Instituto aqui um bocadinho, eu a representar o Governo, porque tenho a certeza absoluta que não haverá ninguém que não terá a mesma opinião, que é fácil ter, e por isso, quando, uma vez que somos Portugal e somos navegadores, quando estamos todos no mesmo barco, ainda tivesse aqui o meu amigo da vela a remar ou a velejar para o mesmo lado, o barco vai chegar a bom porto. Parabéns Álvaro Bila, parabéns Paulo Leite, Liliana e parabéns Portimão por ter mais uma vez dito sim. Em nome do Instituto só tenho que dizer uma palavra. Obrigado.
Obrigado, obrigado. Obrigado, gostei. Presidente, se calhar convidava para dizer umas palavras, não se importam de trocar de lapela.
Bom dia a todas e a todos. Em primeiro lugar, gostava de dirigir uma palavra ao Paulo e à Liliana, pela esta confiança depositada em Portimão e numa parceria que vem desde o ano 2022 e em tão curto espaço de tempo viram que Portimão tem potencial para organizar uma final mundial nesta classe de TRITON 3, o que muito nos orgulha também, mas o orgulho que sinto, um agradecimento também à minha vice-presidente que tem estado desde o início nesta parceria que temos tido, Sr. Vereador, e aos parceiros que têm sido também a Marina de Portimão, sempre um grande parceiro em apoio a esta iniciativa. E Portimão orgulha-se de receber bem e orgulha-se de organizar bem todas estas grandes cerimónias e todas estas grandes atividades. E por isso também a Autoridade Marítima e a PSP estarem aqui presentes, porque é sinal que logo desde o início começamos a organizar para que tudo corra pelo melhor. E é isto que Portimão se orgulha da maneira com que recebe também ao nosso Presidente de Junta aqui presente, porque tudo o que gostamos de fazer é em conjunto. E depois uma palavra para a nossa Divisão de Desporto e Juventude, a doutora Dora, também por tudo o que tem feito e pelas sinergias que tem criado em todas as nossas secções. Isto é importante. É importante quando queremos organizar, quando queremos mostrar a nossa cidade, a moldura toda que fazemos pela nossa terra e nesta bacia do Rio Arado-Atão, que muito nos orgulha também de preservar e de manter, ter eventos sustentáveis, cada vez mais, também com a parceria com a nossa EMARP, para que tudo seja reutilizado, é importantíssimo e é assim que Portimão quer organizar. E depois, o nosso Departamento de Desporto e Juventude e ao nosso Gabinete de Informação, porque são peças essenciais para que seja tudo tratado com grande rigor, mas acima de tudo que Portimão prevaleça, continuemos a organizar bem, continuemos a receber bem, porque isto é sinónimo que todos os nossos empresários também muito querem, muito nos orgulha estas parcerias que fazemos E depois é um conselho que gosta de receber, e organizar uma final destas a nível mundial para nós é um imenso orgulho, e tenho a certeza que já falamos que depois da avaliação desta prova poderemos continuar também com mais outra final mundial, e é isso que vamos querer. Vamos querer que tudo corra bem, vamos trabalhar para que tudo seja um sucesso, um êxito, para que possamos organizar, porque é isto que nos habituamos também, e desde que fomos capital do desporto, o desporto em Portimão veio para ficar. E estas grandes competições vieram também para se manterem em Portimão, e é isso que vamos todos fazer. Não somos capital do desporto, mas somos uma cidade do desporto. E cidade do desporto por todo o ano, e é isto que temos tido aqui, é grandes atividades desportivas, não só no autódromo. Aliás, eu acho que a nossa Praia da Rocha já não vive sem desporto também ao longo do ano, mesmo aqui ao lado. A prova é que temos desporto na nossa praia ao longo do ano. Queremos dinamizar também para a praia de Alvor, e é isto que vamos continuar a trabalhar. Trabalho sustentado, com os passos bem firmados naquilo que pretendemos, mas acima de tudo com uma organização conjunta e com ideias conjuntas, que é assim que gosto de trabalhar, e é assim que tenho a certeza que todos vamos rumar no mesmo ponto. E agradecer desde já também a todos os atletas que vão vir a Portimão, porque é muito importante. Tenho a certeza que, vindem a Portimão a primeira vez, vão voltar muito mais vezes, e é isso que todos queremos. Muito obrigado a todos, acima de tudo, pela vossa presença. E estamos cá para recebê-los bem, com tempo, com esta grande organização, que tenho a certeza que viemos para nos mantermos, e vamos continuar. Muito obrigado a todos.
Okay, everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much for attending online. Please send us any questions that we might have, and we'll be glad to answer all the questions that we have. We'll follow up with, I'm sure, questions that are popping up on Instagram and on Facebook, so we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for attending and to joining us on live today. Thank you. Bom, agora não me deixem comer o resto dos pastéis de nata sozinho, se faz favor. Se gostava que tomassem mais um café, podemos trocar 2 palavras. Quem tiver tempo e disponibilidade, seria um prazer. Não tive a oportunidade de conversar com todos, mas obrigado pela presença, e ficamos aqui mais um bocadinho. Obrigado.